Let's get started. Okay. And by the way, I'm using Google Voice to call. Nothing too fancy. All right, so we're gonna pick up in Miami, Florida. All right. This person's asking $550,000. Repairs needed. New roof. House needs updating. Also has a pool, but the floor is cracked. Okay, needs some work. She said she don't need a realtor and can sell it herself. Her name is on the property's owner's list. She mentioned prices negotiable. Didn't mention any electric, plumbing, HVAC. All right, cool. So let's give them a call and see what happens. Okay. I love when people say, I don't need a realtor. If they want top dollar and a quick sale, chances are it's going to be very tricky for them to sell it very quickly, the top dollar. Usually I tell homeowners, like, you want top dollar or quick sale. There's pros and cons when you're selling to an investor, and there's pros and cons of listing with an agent. And depending how motivated the lead is, it's which one. It's going to tell me which one am I really going to pay more attention to. All right. So let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second. All right, let me dial. Always dial before. Oh, there we go. 305. Mrs. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but I'll do my best. All right, I'm put on speaker. Turn this up. She doesn't pick up the phone. Moving on to the next one. We have a few in Miami. Then we're going to Las Vegas, Tacoma, Atlanta, Houston, Tampa, North Carolina. Let's call one more time. So what I do like here, it says the price is negotiable. Anytime. Hello, Miss Suilin.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Steven. I believe you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to a property on 23rd Terrace. Were you still looking to sell that property?
No, we're ready to go. Thank you so much.
Closed and funded?
Yes, sir.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So the reason I say closed and funded is because some people think the property is sold simply because it's under contract. And unless it's closed and funded. On here says it has a pending offer. Let me go and share my screen and show you what I'm looking at here. Okay. And I'm just going to show you the photos. All right. So, whoops, hold on a second. Boom. Let me see here. Undisclosed address. Hold on a second. Oh, that's not her. I always get blown up on these things. So that's so weird. I literally copy and pasted the address to Zillow. First time I see this, it says undisclosed address, time on Zillow 38 days. Looks like she had it listed on Zillow. That's weird. I wonder if that's something new they have. But let me show you the photos. Share screen. Screen number 2, 3, whatever. All right, so the house actually looks like it's in good shape. Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect example. Anytime I'm comping, if you're wondering how I comp, I people do the 70% rule. Some people do, like they try to estimate their repair costs themselves. I personally just put the property condition 3 buckets. Number 1, needs full renovation. The property is a tear down. It's super distressed. Number 2, it's in fair condition, which is something like I just showed you. The property is livable. It's outdated. Maybe there's people living in it. It's just not renovated. And then fully renovated is the 3rd bucket. These are properties that have been bought, or that have been updated within the last 5 years. I keep it simple. Anyways, anytime somebody says I sold the house, always say, always ask, did it get closed and funded? Okay, so I'm gonna check this one off. It shows that I called. Okay, and if you have any questions, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you're on Clubhouse, go ahead and jump on my YouTube channel. Type in any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer in between calls, okay? So let me pull this up here. The next one is, we have a few more in Miami before we head over to Las Vegas, okay? All right, next one in Miami. What repairs are needed? Haven't done any renovation 2 years, fair condition. That last point of contact was when I told him the offer range, and he says he needs to talk to his wife and been ghosting me ever since. Mentioned a house sold for about $594 across the street. Tenant is trying to get a loan for the house. Tenant is up next month. They are 1 year lease. Good tenants. Okay. Open to cash offers. The reason for selling. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's give him a call. Anytime, and I'll tell you how I overcome that objection. Okay. About I got to speak with the wife, because that's really, some people have a legitimate reason. I got to really speak with the wife or spouse, whatever. And some people say they just say that to use that as a smoke screen. So you really got to, feel the seller out over the phone to see, do they feel comfortable? Are they uncomfortable? Is there something throughout the process they don't enjoy or they don't understand? Okay. All right. So let's call this person and see if I can pick up where you left off. That's, one of the most common objections is I have to speak with my spouse. And I'll tell you how I handle that right after I call this, okay? And if you have any questions, again, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and type in the comments. I will answer them live, okay? All right, so let me finish calling this one here. Put on speaker. Asking $550. Now, while it's ringing, I will copy and paste the address, pull it up. I think this may be the wrong address. Hold on, maybe it's spelled incorrectly. Let me copy and paste it to Google.
Please leave your message for 786.
Call one more time. Here it is. Let's call back one more time. I'll pull up the photos on YouTube here. It's like this format is really small, but the house actually looks like it's in really good shape. Very, very good condition. Looks like he posted 3 pictures and then hold on.
Please leave.
They're not going to answer. Anyways, I'm just looking through the photos. They didn't take the best photos, but the house actually looks like it's in really good shape. Anyways, I saw in the notes that you put, he said he had to speak with his wife. What do you do when somebody says that? Okay, let me pull up the notes again here real quick. Mr. Pablo. Yeah. So you give them an offer range. I told him the offer range, and he said he needs to talk to his wife. So anytime somebody says, well, I got to speak with my wife, okay? There's a couple reasons they might say that, right? Number one, it's just a smoke screen. They're just trying to get you off the phone, stall the process. Number two, they really are considering the offer, and they really have to speak with their wife. So this is how I overcome that objection, okay? Let's say Bob says, Steven, I got to speak with my wife. Hey, no problem. I completely understand. Let me ask you this, Bob. Is there anything in regards to this process that you think your wife may have questions about? Yeah, you know what, Steven? Something about, how quickly you can close or the inspection period, whatever it is. If they mention something that their wife may have questions about, you want to push to get her on the phone. Okay, no problem. Listen, Bob, if you'd like, I'd be more than happy to jump on a 3-way call with her if she's available. Okay. Two things I did there. I always agree with somebody. Anytime I overcome an objection, if you kind of state your point of view first, the other person may take it the wrong way. They may try to think you're one-upping them or something. Like, even if you're not trying to be aggressive, some people just, they want to pound their chest and say, this is how it is. This is the price I want, blah, blah, blah. So anytime you overcome an objection, always start off with, hey, I can completely understand that. That makes sense. I hear you. Hey, Bob, so let me ask you this. Is there anything in regards to this process that you think your wife may have questions about? If they say yes and they state something, try to get the wife on the phone. If the wife or spouse is not available, say, no problem. I can completely understand. What's a better time I can give you a call back today or tomorrow to see how that went? Okay? Because some people, they really have to speak with their spouse. Obviously they both own the house. It's a decision they have to make together. It's not like the husband can sign the contract without, one another. It's vice versa. So if they really have, they really have to speak with their spouse after you've already attempted that. Remember, even no matter what their objection is, you always want to say, is there anything in regards to this process your spouse may have questions about? If they say yes, try to get them on the phone. If they say no, don't try twice. If you try too many times, a person's going to think you're very thirsty for the deal and you really need the deal. You don't want to get into that situation because it's going to turn somebody off like that. Too salesy. All right. So if they say no, I really have to speak with them. You want to say, okay, no problem. Take your time. Think about that. What's a good time I could check back in with you today or tomorrow? My main goal is if they really need to speak with the spouse, I want to get a time commitment out of them. And I pre-assume it's the same day or the next day, because what I don't want happening is say, okay, talk to your wife, give me a call back when you're available. The person may never call you back, kind of like in this scenario. I'm not to say this is the exact same thing, because once you give a range and then they have to speak with the spouse and, you don't get a time commitment, they may not call you back. Number one, because they may not be comfortable with you. Maybe you didn't build enough rapport. Number two, there's no commitment of time. That is so key, guys. If you guys are watching, you're listening on Clubhouse, if you're ever talking with somebody, whether it's a hot lead, cold lead, you're overcoming objection, make sure you get a time commitment to follow back up. Okay? So whenever they throw the wife card at you, no problem. What's a better time I can give you a call back today or tomorrow to see how that went? All right? So hopefully that helps you out. All right? But ideally, try to get them both on the phone first. Try to get a three-way call. But if they're not available or they don't want to do it, they're not always going to be available, then that's okay. Don't push so hard a second time. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. Keep the questions coming in. All right. If you guys have questions on YouTube, go ahead and type them in. All right, next one. Last one in Miami before we go to the West Coast. We got Las Vegas and Washington. Then we're going back to East Coast, Georgia, Florida, Texas. All right, so this one, what repairs were needed from the Google Photos? It doesn't need full work, needs some work. Not much. Didn't say. All right, let's give them a call and get a better understanding of what's going on here. Usually when homeowners don't give you enough information, they usually aren't motivated enough to, sell the house. But we're going to call them anyway. Check this mug out.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Zaddy.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mr. Zaddy? Hello.
¿Con quién usted quiere hablar?
Señor Zaddy.
¿Con quién?
Esto es Zaddy.
¿Con quién usted quiere hablar?
Sí, me llamo Steven. Yo creo que tú hablaste con mi compañero sobre la casa en... Oh, man, this guy... hold on, let me call him back. Let me call him back. So this is Spanish speaker, which is fine. Because, usually if somebody ever speaks Spanish, a little tip is if you don't, whether you do or you don't, if you don't learn or give it to somebody that knows, but even though I understand Spanish, I don't like telling people up front that I know it, because most of the time when you get into the negotiation part of the conversation and you put them on hold, right? When they're on hold, you can still hear them. They'll actually talk in Spanish whether it's a friend or family member, and that way you know more about the the situation. I've had a lot of leads where I don't tell them I speak Spanish, and then when they're on hold, they start talking about price or should we really sell, or that way when I get back on the phone, I'm already a step ahead. And then I tell them, I speak Spanish, but let me call this guy back and see if he will pick up the phone. If you're Miami and you don't have a Spanish speaker on your team, or you don't know somebody that could help you out with the leads, you're missing out, especially Miami. So yeah. All right. I wonder if that was the right guy. He didn't seem like he was too well, you don't have enough notes on you anyway.
Please leave your.
So he didn't answer your phone. That's fine. We're moving on to next. We're moving on to Las Vegas. If you ever get a seller that doesn't give you enough information about the property, okay, because some people say, well, what's your offer? What's your offer? Well, I'd love to make you an offer, but there's a process we have to go through. In order for me to give you the best offer possible, there's a few questions I have to ask you. However, if you're not looking to sell, I can completely understand. I'll take you off the list. That's a very, very quick way of figuring out if somebody really wants to sell or not. Because some people try to talk to a lead that's not really interested or motivated, and then they don't tell you much information. And what they're really interested in is your offer. They're not really interested in selling. So figuring out who's really interested in selling and who's not is going to allow you to go through these leads a lot faster. Speak with people that are really interested. All right, anyways, let's go to Las Vegas. All right, so this person's asking $475,000 but willing to negotiate for cash. Repairs are needed. Toilet doesn't work. Fair and outdated. It seems like it's just in fair shape. Okay. Needs some work. You got a lot of great notes here. Okay, so he feels like he did his research, says it's a seller's market, type of seller to be heard by someone. Very talkative. All right. Possible objections, dates and comps were sold. Let's give him a call. Reason for selling: him and his wife are raising their kids who have all just moved out. He and his wife are retiring and are planning to travel. Perfect. So let's give him a call. 475. Depends what area it's in. I don't ever judge how motivated somebody is from the price they're asking, because depending on how motivated somebody is, they might look at this estimate and they don't know any better, and they may drop a lot significantly. But don't ever judge, oh man, this person's asking full retail. They must not be motivated, because that actually, you start off the conversation, or your team, you train to start off the conversation in a way where you don't feel like this is a deal. You got to treat each lead the same. These are people that, whether you're cold calling or no matter what marketing you're doing, they've given you enough time to give you a call, to speak with your team member. So as long as they're really interested in selling, you want to figure out what you can do, whether it's a cash offer, a listing, or creative financing. Okay, so let's call this person in Las Vegas. Tricky names today. This one's pretty. Hello.
Hello, you reached Michael. Currently.
Voicemail. Let me call right back. All right. If you submit these leads, by the way, if you guys have any leads you want to submit for me to call live, you can go to the reitoolbox.com and click submit deal desk lead. If I call them, oh, he just responded with sorry, I can't talk right now. No problem. If I call them, they don't answer. Remember, I only call twice and then move on. If you're watching live and I'm calling your lead, resubmit them so they go back to the top list, because I have a lot of leads to go through. Okay. All right. So the next one is in Tacoma. Next one is in Tacoma. All right, so I called this one. Let me mark it as called. All right, so Tacoma, Washington's a great market. All right, so this person's asking $3 million. What repairs are needed? Needs new windows and things like that, he said. It's a vacant warehouse. Oh, okay. Perfect. Any kind of commercial property is not something you want to strive to give an offer in 7 minutes. There's a lot more evaluation that goes into that. All right. Now, what you do want to do is get as much information as possible. Okay. Documents, unit mix, rent rolls, all that stuff. And then you're going to analyze it and then call them back to see where they're at. Because the sales cycle for commercial is a lot longer, a lot more goes into commercial properties than the single family, obviously. Okay. But let's give them a call. All right. All right. Let me pull this up. I'm using PropStream, by the way. You can go to dealdeskdata.com to try out a 7-day free trial, by the way. Hello? Oh, let me call him right back.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. William?
Yes.
My name is Steven. I think you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your warehouse on Tacoma Avenue. Were you still looking to sell?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay. I'd actually like to see what numbers we could be at. Did I catch it a good time?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. And just to let you know, I let everybody know up front, we are a real estate investment company, so we don't buy every property we look at. But if I'm not a good fit, I'll let you know up front so I'm not wasting your time. And we do have a team of agents just in case. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I was looking at the notes here. This is a warehouse. You're looking to get around $3 million. Needs new windows. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? I know it's vacant, but can you tell me what it was used for? The current condition, a little bit more about it.
Yeah, it was built in 1931 for the Goodwill Industries in Tacoma, Washington.
What was that?
It was built for Goodwill Industries in Tacoma, Washington. It's
Okay.
That's a charitable thing that they do, help people, train people, and recycle goods.
Okay.
And in the 1960s, my dad bought it, and Goodwill had moved out, and he put it in the U.S. Post Office on the top 2 floors, and he put it in Pierce County Library in the bottom 2 floors. The post office moved out. We put in a record storage business into the top 2 floors, Pierce County Medical out, and Pierce County Library moved out, and we expanded our record storage business into the building. And then we had a covered garage. We built a covered garage next to it to add another 12,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got like 60,000 square feet. And then my dad died. We built another building and moved all the record storage into another building. Currently, it's just empty right now.
Okay. Do you know what kind of
all the interior walls have been removed? So your exterior walls, elevator, stairwells.
Okay. All right, perfect. And what kind of income was it bringing in, gross income?
Well, the record store building was owned by my father, so it wasn't a rental property. It was a business that we owned that utilized the building.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's been used for...
That business sold for, I think back about 9 years ago, it sold for $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So it's been used for a lot of things. How long has it been vacant for?
About 10 years right now.
10 years, okay.
It was involved in an estate that was settled 2 years ago.
Okay. And you know, as far as any major repairs needed, it's been vacant for 10 years. I'm assuming it needs a little bit more than windows. Are you aware of anything else it may need?
Yeah, we're getting ready to reinstall the roof on top right now.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just windows.
Okay. And it seems like a pretty decent property. What's got you interested in selling it?
72 years old. I got other things I got going on right now.
Gotcha. And what kind of time frame were you looking to sell if you got the offer you wanted? You know, a week, a month, a couple months?
What kind of what?
What kind of time frame were you looking to sell if you got the price you wanted?
Probably within 6 to 8 months. I might want to sell next year for tax reasons.
6 to 8 months. Okay, perfect. Are you an active investor, or this the only property you're looking to do? Or are you looking to do like a 1031 or?
I could do a 1031, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, yeah. So I'm looking at some similar properties. Obviously, this is not something I'm going to give you like a straight offer over the phone in about 7 minutes. But you said you were looking to get around $3 million for it.
3.2.
3.2.
It's 60,000 square feet.
Okay, $3.2 million. 60,000 square feet. Okay. All right, perfect. Is there any way that my partner could go take a look at the property in person?
Yeah, there is.
What was that?
Yes, there is.
Okay. What day and time works best for you?
Well, I'm going to be busy the next couple of weeks, so it'll be probably mid-July before I'm available.
Mm-hmm. All right, perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak with my partner. I got your asking price. I'm going to do a little bit more research in this area. Just want to give you a call and see what it was used for, what its current state is. You're putting new windows and a new roof at the moment. And there was a U.S. Post Office. There was a Goodwill. It was used as a record store. And as far as, well, it's just a warehouse. I was going to ask you for the unit mix, but it's just a big warehouse. What's like the floor plan in it right now?
The floor plan is 120 wide, 100 feet deep. So it's 12,000 square feet per floor.
Okay, 12,000 square feet per floor. Okay, perfect.
And then the attached covered garage is 6,000 feet per floor, so that's a total of 60,000 feet.
Got it. Okay, great. So I'm going to crunch some numbers with my partner and see if we could submit an LOI and take a look at the property, so what we can do to move forward.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, we'll keep in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You know what? This is a commercial property. I'm trying to look at comps. This is not something I want to rush on this. I think this is actually a pretty good deal. Who submitted this lead, by the way? Who submitted this lead? Let me see. Derek, I'm going to contact you after the deal desk because I do have partners that specialize in buying these kinds of things and see if we can work together on it. I want to get more information out of it. I mean, it was used for a few things, you know, Goodwill in the 1960s, a post office at 60,000 square feet. It's been vacant for 10 years. Huh. And he said it was an estate and they settled about 2 years ago. He's not in a rush to sell. Because he said, I mean, it doesn't really matter when it comes to commercial. It's not like, 30-day close. It doesn't work out that way. He's in about 6 to 8 months. But he seems very receptive in regards to selling. I'm looking at similar properties. He said his properties, I can't bring up the photo. I wish I could show you guys the photo, but it's not on Zillow, obviously. It's on LoopNet and stuff, but it doesn't show. Let me see if I could show you what this looks like. This is a pretty good building. It's a pretty good building. There's properties that are about half the size, and they're selling between 4 to 5 million. Okay, his is double the size. It looks really solid, and I think he's asking a reasonable price range, to be honest with you. So, Derek, I'm gonna give you a call after this. I'd love to analyze this with you. I think I have a buyer for this. So we'll talk after that. But let me see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second. I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Because it looks like a giant. Well, in Tampa, we have a lot of these cigar-style buildings, just like a giant brick building. Let me see if I could pull this up without showing the address, obviously. See, when it comes to commercial, there's things you have to ask, like, obviously unit mix, gross income, gross expenses, all that stuff. If you don't really like submit a cash offer over the phone on your first phone call, it takes a lot of due diligence to go through all those. I can't pull it up on here, unfortunately. It's basically a brick building with 3 floors. Okay, looks like a cigar style kind of thing, but it's not. All right. Anyways, Derek, I'm gonna hit you up after that, and if you want to work together, I'd love to see what we can do. That was a good call. All right, let's move on to the next one. And I think I'm going to make a video on my YouTube channel on how to further analyze, commercial, because a lot of people get, it's not something that, I'm going to make an offer in 7 minutes. There's a lot of things that goes into a commercial, the due diligence, the inspection, like you have to look at, in some situations, the population, depending if it's a self-storage or multifamily. Like there's a lot of things that you got to look into. All right. So that was a great call. That was in Tacoma. Let me mark that as call. The next one is also in Tacoma. Derek, you're submitting some good leads. All right. So this one, they're asking $500,000. Mentioned top floor is vacant and empty, fair condition. Vacant upper needs to be remodeled. Oh, look, it's another commercial property. Not mentioned, but it was also vacant. All right, cool. So let's give this person a call. Let me pull this up. So if you ever come across a commercial type of property, try to gather as much information as you can. Try to get their email, have them send you documents. Try to get the unit mix, gross income, gross expenses, rent roll, photos. If the prices make sense, submit an LOI, go take a look at the property. And if you're you've never done a commercial deal, I would highly advise you to partner up with somebody that has a lot of experience with them and has done them. Okay. All right. So anyways, let's give this person a call. This is in Tacoma. After this, we're going to call Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Atlanta, Georgia. Typing in the numbers. All right. Let's put on speaker. All right, I'll try to pronounce this name best I can too. If you have any questions, submit them on YouTube in the comments, and I will answer them.
Please leave your message for.
Let me call them back one more time. I'm first time here. What website are you looking at? So I am on PropStream to run the comps. If that's what your question is, that's how I run the comps on PropStream. All right. So this person's not picking up the phone. Let's move on to Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So this one's in Atlanta, Georgia. They're asking $177,000. It's 2 years old, double sink in the bathroom, flooring is still wood, new cabinets and appliances, HVAC is 5 years, fair condition. He said if we offer above $177,000, he's ready to sell today. Him and his wife are buying new properties, reason for selling. All right, cool. So let's check this off. They didn't pick up the phone. Or the last one didn't pick up the phone. Atlanta's another great market. A lot of things going on over there. I still think the Atlanta Hawks are going to lose against the Bucks, but everything else is good, like the real estate. All right, so let's give these people a call. Let me pull this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I feel like I've spoken with this person a long time ago. I wonder how many people spoke with this lead. They still haven't sold it, huh?
Please leave your.
Let me call back one more time. So let me show you something real quick here. All right, so this is the property. Okay. There's only one photo. I thought there's more. Here, let me take this off. All right, let me call him back one more time. Keep in mind, a quick tip, something that you should get used to. If a property is ever been listed recently, not to say this is, what this one's been listed recently, but give me 1 second. Let me see if they pick up the phone, and then I'll keep talking.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. McCoy.
Yeah.
My name is Steven. I believe you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on Browns Mill Road. Were you still looking to sell?
I am.
Okay. Did I catch it a good time?
No, all about that. I should get that baby, man. Get up there for the hour. So.
I can't hear what he's saying. Can you repeat that, please? I can't hear you very well.
For an hour or so, sir.
Okay, I'll let my partner know. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. So he said to call back an hour. And I will always ask, did I catch it a good time? Because if I don't, and I try to get, I run the comps and we talk price and all that, he's just going to try to brush me off the phone, or he's just not going to be really engaged in the conversation. Anyways, I noticed this had a little MLS logo in the corner, but I actually came across, you may come across similar situations. If a property's listed on the, like, for example, we got a lead that it was pending and it fell out, and they listed it in June. Okay, so we're July 2nd. Last month it was listed. It fell through. The thing is, if a property is listed on the MLS for, even a few days, the way the market is right now, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on it. Okay, so even if you call that lead, you get it under contract. If you do get it under contract, you have to get it significantly lower than what it was listed for, because a lot of people either passed up on it because it's too high, or there was issues with something. Okay, pending means it's under contract. It doesn't mean it closed or it's active, basically. And depending who's updating it, it won't always be fully, updated as far as like the status of the listing. But keep that in mind. If a property's been listed, especially a month ago, if you get under contract, you have to get it at a much lower price, because when you remarket that property, if you plan on assigning it, wholesaling it, you got to get it at a deep discount. Okay, because buyers will do their own due diligence, and if they see that the property was listed before and the price was a little bit higher than what you're selling it for, it's not going to make sense. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right, so let's move on to the next one. This guy said to call back in an hour. So who submitted this lead? Mr. McCoy. Let me put here. He did answer the phone. Hassani, you submitted this lead. If you're watching, call him back in 1 hour. He's open to talk. You know, just by briefly looking at the comps, I think it's a little tight. The ARV is probably around 200, 205. You know, he said he wants 177. Is he negotiable? Maybe. But he doesn't seem super motivated from the notes, okay? But anyways, call him back. It doesn't matter. If somebody's not motivated in the beginning, they're still open to talking to you, they're serious about selling, follow up with that lead because they may need to sell. There's deals we lock up, you know, that we spoke with a seller 6 months ago. You know, the money's in the follow-up, not the initial conversation most of the time, okay? All right, so let's move on to the next one. If you guys have any questions, feel free to submit them on the YouTube channel. Let me see. Where are you taking and keeping track of your notes? Right here on this notepad. When I'm doing deal desk, I just have a notepad, I have a pen, and I write down notes like, you know, bedroom, bathroom, square footage, condition, just simple things. If it's in my business and we're calling leads, we use Podio, we type in the notes. And my notes are really simple, right? Bedroom, bathroom, square footage, you know, why they want to sell, reason for selling, time frame, and also just some basic notes like the condition. You know, roof is 10 years old, AC is 5 years old, whatever. We keep it really simple, and then we click one of those 3 buckets. Okay? So on Deal Desk, I just use a notepad. In you know, in my business, we use a CRM. All right, so keep the questions coming in, guys. If you have any more questions, I'm going to call this lead in East Point, Georgia. Clubhouse acting a little weird. I don't know. I just updated the app. But anyways, let's call this lead here. So the story behind this one, asking price, didn't say. What repairs are needed? Kitchen was done a couple years ago. He doesn't know the age of the roof, but says it's in good shape. Needs some work. Sounds very motivated, but he's hard to keep on the phone. Doesn't like his tenants. Troublesome tenant. This is good because, you know, people that have bad tenants usually get, you know, pretty motivated. All right. So let's give them a call and see if they pick up the phone. Put on speaker. See to pick up the phone. I'm going to copy and paste the address. I always run comps while it rings.
This is Eric Hughes. Please leave a message.
Because if they don't pick up the phone, you're running comps. You've wasted your time on somebody that didn't answer rather than speaking with somebody that answers the phone. So I'm going to call this person one more time. They don't pick up. We're moving on to the next one, which is also in Georgia.
This is Eric Hughes.
Didn't answer the phone. It's okay. What was I going to do here? This one. So this is the house. Okay. Anytime I'm on Deal Desk, I'm only going to show you the street view of the house. Looking at these houses is important, you know, because when you're looking at comps, like if you're looking at this house and your comps are like brick, this is something you have to take into consideration. The frontage of the house, the curb appeal, all these things are, you know, things to consider at the price you're going to get it at. And also cash buyers, you know. So like if I look at this house over here, like this has a carport. This is going to be a lot more desirable than this one, you know. I don't see any block houses here, but keep that in mind. Does your properties have pool? What's the construction type? Is it wood frame? Is it block? All those things. This is why it's so important to take a look at the street view. In Podio, once you type in the address, if you have it set up this way, you can actually have it automatically show the street view of the house. That way, when you're on the phone, you know what you're looking at. I like looking at the property while I'm on the phone with them because that's going to also tell me when I'm looking at the comps, they have to be similar. Like in Tampa, I mean, bungalows are very popular in a specific neighborhood. And like if you get like a shack looking house and doesn't have a bungalow, it's not the same kind of style. When you try to remarket the property at the price that the other one sold for, you're not going to get the results you want. Okay. So keep that stuff in mind. Taking a look at the properties while you're on the phone with them is very important. All right. So let's go over to, let's see, we got one more in Georgia and then we're going on to Houston. Okay. This person didn't pick up the phone. So the story with this one, let me pull this up real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you the numbers. All right. So this person right here, I got so many tabs open. Let me close a few. Let's see. Asking price doesn't know. They do know. When sellers say they don't know how much they want, it's not true. Remember, you'd be locking up every single property for $100 if they had no idea how much they want. What that really tells me is they don't know how much it's worth, which is fine. That's our job to educate them on what we can offer, what prices are going for, being realistic. Anyways, asking price does know. Repairs are needed, not sure. What's the property condition? Didn't give much detail. Any other important notes? Probate, but he wants to sell for sure. Probate situation. Okay. No problem. I wonder if he's taking a look at the house. All right, so let's give him a call. Probate deals are hot too. When you're calling probate leads, I get questions like, what should be my approach on probate leads or pre-foreclosure? I approach these leads all the exact same way. You don't want to bring the problem with a solution. You can't tell somebody, hey, I'm calling you because you were on the probate list or you inherited, whatever situation may be. Some people don't like talking about that. You got to respect their privacy. Let them tell you what the issue is. And if you're deep in the conversation, they have no idea what's going on. At that point, you can let them know and they'll appreciate that. But, I personally approach every single lead the exact same way. I always let them tell me what the problem is, and I bring the solution. I never bring up the problem, and then I try to bring up the solution because it's just, it doesn't work out that way as good as that. All right, so let's call this person. All right, perfect. Easy name.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach.
Let me call him right back. This looks like it's a property out in the country. Let's call right back. Is this the right phone number? Yeah, I put this in correctly. Let me make sure. I might need to start getting glasses, man. No, I did. I did put this in correctly. Let me call. I put it in. I typed it in correctly. All right. See if they pick up the phone this time. Where's the house here? Oh, is this it? I'm assuming this is it.
Orlando speaking.
Hey, Orlando. My name is Steven. I think you spoke with my my partner a while back in regards to your property on Swift Street. Were you still looking to sell?
Not yet. It's still in probate.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, if you and I agree to a price, we can always draft up an agreement.
Right now.
We can't just close on it until it's completed. I didn't catch you a good time?
Yeah, I don't want to do that I don't want to do that right now.
Okay, no problem. What's a better time to check back in with you?
Maybe a week or two.
All right, I'll call you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. He sounded busy. Now, this is a very, very important thing that a lot of people don't know. Notice he said it's in probate. It doesn't matter if it's in probate. You can still get it under contract while it's in probate. You just can't close on it until probate is completed. Keep that in mind. If they're going through probate and it has not completed, you can still get it under contract. You just can't close on it until it's complete. But guess what? You have first dibs to purchase a property once it's completed. You can even assist the homeowner. If it's a good enough deal, you can assist them with fees and all that stuff to expedite the process. Okay, so don't ever, if somebody says, oh, it's in probate, oh, no problem. As long as you and I agree on a price, we can draft up an agreement. We just can't close on it. He sounded like he was busy. He tried brushing me off the phone, which is fine, which is why I try to get a time to call him back. He said, call me in a week or two. So who submitted this lead here? Let's see. Hassani, you submitted this lead. I would call this gentleman back in a week. It could be a really good deal. All right. And by the way, if anybody ever tells you to call in 2 weeks, cut that time in half. Call them in 1 week. The reason why, if it's ever beyond a week, you call in half the time is because you're not going to be the only person they're talking to. They're going to be talking to a lot of other investors. And even if you call them in 2 weeks when they say, the deal might be gone. I've lost a lot of deals by calling the person when they told me to. So even though that sounds kind of weird, just don't do it. All right. Always cut that time in half. The worst thing they can say is, hey, man, I told you to call me back in 2 weeks. No problem. Just want to check in with you, see if anything's changed. I'll call you in a week from today. Okay. All right. So that's a quick tip. Let's call the next lead here. We are moving on to Houston, Texas. All right. The lead details. Let's see. Asking price not stated. What repairs are needed? Not really sure. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the property. Even though I always look at it, I'd like, if you guys are on the YouTube channel, I'd like you to see what I'm looking at. And remember, if you ever want to learn how to run comps a little bit more, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a video on there on how to run comps. I'm actually going to be adding more content on there because there's a good way, there's a right way and a wrong way to run comps. Okay, so this is managed by, this actually looks like it's in great shape. Let me show you the photos real quick, and then we'll talk about the details. All right, so let me share this. Give me 1 second. So this is the property. Let's see. Not sure. Didn't give much detail. Right across the street from Wawa, so has potential. Okay. Oh no, hold on a second. I'm looking at the wrong lead. This is the one in Texas. I'm sorry. So Texas, not really sure. I couldn't get the part. Asked a question. She said she wanted to sell and told me to text my offer, then hung up. Okay. I'll tell you to overcome that, by the way, or deal with that. I couldn't ask her about that. All right. So it looks like we don't have enough information. That's okay. Sometimes you get people like this. All right. So let's give them a call. But just to look at the photos right here, I'm not sure how recent these are, but the house is in pretty good shape. It says professionally managed by Empire Industries LLC in Houston. So just because it's in great shape, I don't walk into this conversation, thinking they're not motivated. Because even if they want full market value, as long as they're seriously interested in selling, there's a variety of ways we can capitalize on the lead. All right, so let's give them a call and see if they pick up the phone. Keep in mind, in Texas is a non-disclosure state, so you have to go by MLS comps. It's not always going to show public records.
Your call has been forwarded
Oh,
to.
no answer. Let me call him back one more time. If you can't ever get a hold of the homeowner, which, whoever submitted this lead, you spoke with them once, but if you can't get a hold of them after that, or it's being,
Your call has been
nope, they
forwarded
didn't
to.
I would actually call the management company. Okay. That's who I would call. All right. Next lead we have is in Tampa, Florida. Let me mark this as called. All right, so this one, oh, I'm familiar with this street. Let me pull this up and see if they pick up the phone. If you have anything in Tampa area, I am a cash buyer. All right, shoot me a DM and I'll tell you all the details of what I'm looking for. And if you have any leads or deals, whether you want a JV on or you want to sell to me. What is this? Oh man, this guy has been hit up by everybody. I taught this guy years ago. Let me show you what I'm looking at. It's weird because he's like right next to a commercial property. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same lead. Yeah, take a look at this, guys. Let me show you some real quick. Hold on a second. Share screen. All right, so this is like, look at all this. This is all commercial, right? I know exactly where this is. This is his house. You know, if you have a single family house surrounded by commercial, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. You really have to get this at a good price. Anyways, he's asking $200,000, which I don't think it's ever going to happen. He has termites. New construction. Hold on a second. New construction. Something doesn't add up here. Unless the Google photo is really old, if it's new construction, I don't see why I would have termites. Let me call the guy, see if they pick up the phone. Tampa is very diverse. You know, you can always have $1 million house or commercial property or right across a mobile home park or something like this. It's such a tiny house in between two commercial buildings. All right, give me 1 second. I'll dial this one and I'll answer any final questions you guys may have. And then hopefully you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. Make sure I'm dialing the right one. Oh, yeah, I dialed the wrong number. It's because it's Excel spreadsheet. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see if they pick up the phone. I'm very interested. How do you have a new construction house? This, first of all, this doesn't look like new construction. You got commercial building here, commercial building here. Right across the street from Wawa. I mean, if it was a bigger lot, let me check the lot size on this. If it was a big lot, let me check the zoning. Hold on a second.
Hello.
Hello, Paul. Come on, Paul. I'm trying to make you an offer, sir. Let me call him right back. Let's call Paul back. See if he picks up the phone. Yeah, this is an interesting property.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. This is Steven.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know if we got disconnected.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on Waters Avenue. Were you still looking to sell?
Yeah, if we get the right price, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to give you an offer. Did I catch it a good time?
Actually, no, I'm just walking in from the beach.
Oh, nice.
Can you text me the offer and then we'll kind of I'll have your number and I'll call you back on that. How's that?
Is there a better time? Maybe I can give you a call back today or tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe
Morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah, probably tomorrow evening.
Okay, I'll let my partner know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So he's just walking in from the beach. It's been raining all day. I mean, I'm in Florida. It's been raining all day here in Tampa. I don't know. That's interesting. Anyways, I mean, I'm not too hype about this. One thing I would look at, if you ever have a single family house like this surrounded by commercial, take a look at the zoning and the lot size. The lot size is about 5,600 square feet. I'm trying to look at the zoning. This is commercially zoned. Okay. There's not much room here, you know, because a single family house, nobody's going to live there. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to get bulldozed over and could be used for something else. But we got to get more information from them. Who submitted this lead? I would definitely call him back tomorrow. Evan, you submitted this lead. Is that the right one? Yeah, 577. Yeah, Evan, you submitted this lead. I would call him back tomorrow, okay? Because even though it's not a single family play, it could potentially be a commercial play, okay? All right, guys, Clubhouse, it's been a pleasure. Go ahead and shoot me a follow, guys. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do this every Friday at 12 p.m. EST. Clubhouse, I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed. All right, so hold on a second. What is this? So I got off Clubhouse, YouTube. If you guys are watching this, subscribe, okay? I'm going to start adding a lot more content. I mean, there's already a video on comps. I do Deal Desk every Friday. Keep in mind, if you have any leads that you'd like me to call, all right, go to the RIToolbox.com. I'm going to put this on the bottom. Okay, there's going to be a button there that says submit leads to Deal Desk, and then you can watch me call them live. All right, there are some questions you have to answer before you submit it on there, but please go ahead and do that. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys had a good time, you know, saw me talk to a few people, learned a few things. Always take bits and pieces of what I'm doing, implement it in your own flavor, your own way. Have a great weekend, guys. Have a happy 4th of July. Take care.